first time they stole her wheelchair, no one stopped them. The second time, people noticed. By the third week, it had turned into a ritual. On her home world, she was known as Alara of Vesk. Gravity there was light and forgiving. Bodies grew tall and slender, bones forming hollow lattices, strong in gentle air, fragile under heavy weight. When the Galactic Exchange Program selected her for integration studies on Earth, she smiled with both hearts. Earth did not smile back. Its gravity pressed against her constantly. Her legs trembled within minutes. After only a few days, she could no longer stand without assistance. The school district provided a reinforced wheelchair designed for her elongated frame, a sleek silver structure that adjusted to her spine ridges and tailbone crests. It quickly became a target. Westbrook High displayed banners about unity. Posters of planets decorated the halls with slogans about diversity. It also had 3 boys who treated cruelty like entertainment. They waited between classes, when the corridors filled with noise. They would roll her chair away while she transferred to the restroom rail. Sometimes they unlocked the mag clamps and nudged her just enough to drift into a bank of lockers. They never struck her. They never left bruises. They simply took her mobility. Era learned to lock her jaw ridge and remain silent. On her world, conflict was settled through formal challenge or respectful distance. She could not understand this soft, laughing harassment. Teachers rarely witnessed it. When they did, the boys smiled innocently and claimed confusion. Everything shifted on a gray Tuesday. Daniel Reyes was not a hero. He was average in height, average in grades, average in nearly everything. He preferred robotics club and sketching spacecraft in the margins of his math notebook. He had learned that drawing attention often invited trouble. He also knew what it felt like to be observed, measured, and labeled different. His father had come from far south. When tired, his accent returned. Daniel carried that reality quietly, like an invisible backpack. That Tuesday, he was late to biology. Cutting through the side corridor near the science wing, he saw her. Ira sat on the floor against the lockers. Her long silver hair spilled forward like liquid metal. Her wheelchair was gone. Students stepped around her. For a moment, Daniel did too. He felt it, the instinct to keep moving, to remain safe. Then he stopped. He crouched in front of her. Up close, her skin shimmered faintly. Her pupils were vertical slits that widened as she focused. "Where's your chair?" he asked. Her voice carried 2 tones at once, layered and soft. "Temporarily relocated." He glanced down the hall. He already suspected who had it. "Can you stand?" he asked. "For 11 seconds, she replied. "After that, structural compromise is probable." He nodded. "Okay, I've got you." He slid one arm beneath her shoulders and the other under her knees. She was lighter than expected, and heavier than she looked. Long, fragile. He rose carefully, feeling strain in his back. A ripple of murmurs spread through the hallway. Daniel did not meet anyone's eyes. He adjusted his grip and began walking. Her fingers tightened in the fabric of his hoodie. He felt the tremor in her muscles as Earth's gravity pulled at her. "Destination?" he asked quietly. "Biology. Room 214. Same." The hallway felt longer than ever. Lockers blurred past. Someone laughed. Someone whispered. Daniel kept walking. He nudged the classroom door open with his foot. Mr. Harrove stared. "What is going on?" the teacher demanded. "They took her chair again," Daniel said evenly. "She needs it." Confusion crossed Harrove's face, then something firmer. "Set her down carefully." Daniel lowered Ira into an empty lab seat, steadying her until her balance returned. 5 minutes later, the 3 boys stood outside the classroom, pale and silent. Behind them was the missing wheelchair. But the ritual did not end. The next day, it vanished again. Daniel carried her again. The day after that, the same. At first, students recorded it on their phones. A human boy carrying a tall alien girl bridal style through a high school hallway was spectacle. By the end of the week, it was routine. Something shifted that Friday when the trio reached for the chair. A girl from track stepped in front of them. Not today. On Monday, 2 senior football players walked beside Daniel as he carried Alara, clearing a silent path. On Wednesday, the robotics club installed a tracking tag in the wheelchair frame. It chirped loudly if moved without her wristband. The trio's laughter grew thin. Daniel never gave speeches. He never confronted them directly. He simply showed up. Ira began speaking more in class. Her insights into xenobiology were sharp and astonishing. She described floating ocean forests on Vesk, suspended in midair by magnetic tides. She explained how her species mapped emotion through subtle changes in skin luminescence. Daniel listened. He asked questions. He treated her knowledge as normal, not exotic. One afternoon, as he carried her across the courtyard, she said, "On my world, physical contact is reserved for kin or bonded allies." He nearly stumbled. "Sorry, I can stop if you want." Her eyes brightened, a soft pulse of blue beneath her skin. "I did not say it was unwelcome." Soon, the story spread beyond the school. A local news crew arrived, filming Daniel lifting her with steady arms while students walked beside them like an honor guard. The headline read, "Human boy carries alien classmate after bullying." The trio was suspended. But the story did not end there. Gravity tolerance therapy slowly strengthened Ira's muscles with adaptive braces and careful training. 12 steps, then 20. The day she walked the full hallway unaided, the entire school seemed to hold its breath. Daniel walked beside her. Not touching, just close enough. Near the final bank of lockers, she swayed. Old fear flickered across her face. Daniel extended his hand. She looked at it, then at him. Instead of taking it, she straightened. Her steps were unsteady, but determined. As she reached the classroom door on her own, applause erupted. Era turned, her skin glowing bright silver blue. "In Indetian tradition," she said, her voice echoing down the hall, "a warrior who defies gravity for another is named Skybearer." She stepped toward Daniel. "I name you Skybearer of Earth." Heat rose to his face. He was only a boy who had stopped walking one day. But as he looked around at the students now standing in the space where cruelty once thrived, he understood something vast and simple. Humans did not have hollow bones. They did not have light gravity or magnetic oceans. What they had was stubbornness. What they had was the strange ability to see someone on the floor and decide that was not acceptable. Daniel smiled, small and genuine. "Tomorrow," he said quietly, "you might not need me." Ira's eyes gleamed. "Tomorrow," she replied, "someone else will. Please follow my channel for more videos. One click from you can change my life."